Ní bhhain náric dian, wadarang actanuk, Macburian wadarang bagaruk, Manamaith mirabea, Nilinga wadarang bake, Karingarabu bunjo the ego, Wa the crow, Kimbani ba Diane Gilson. Welcome to Wadarang Country.
Live from Wadarang Country, welcome to Lance TV. Coming to you from the palatial New Camp Street Studios in Ballarat, get ready to laugh, think, love and sparkle. And now, it's time to turn that camp dial all the way up to fabulous. Here's your host, the multi-award-winning Lance-tastic, Lance DePoyle.
It's me in the dark. It's me in the dark. I suddenly went, because I've been doing this the last sort of, while, and I thought, you know what? I have been away for the last 2 weeks, and I hope you've missed me as much as I've missed all of you out there. But I had the spicy cough. So, look, I'm better. Hey, settle down. Floor manager getting out of control. So, sorry we haven't been around for 2 weeks. I had the spicy, get a drink, pull up a seat. Here with Breezy. So I was off for 9 days. It was an interesting journey. I'd not had it before. I'd had the 4 mandatory jabs. Did well, so it took me 4 years to get the spicy cough. It was an interesting journey. I had I think on the Monday, I went to bed unusually early at like 5 o'clock and woke up the next morning going, I don't think so. And had a really hot, burny throat for about 3 or 4 days, night sweats for a few nights, lost a sense of smell. So for a little while, my poo did not smell. My poo did not stink for a little while, so I was pretty good with that. And I realised at that point I had no taste as well. But, hello. So food, I lost all sensation of what food tasted like, so I was eating something that was hot and wet. I made spaghetti because I thought, basil and garlic and all of that. It was just hot and wet, and the pasta was chewy. Oh, I know what I haven't done. It's been so long. Can we go back to the big camera for a minute? You're watching Let's TV. I'm Let's DePoyle, and if you are watching from anywhere around the country, welcome. We're coming to you live from Wadarang Country here in Ballarat, the resting place of Bunjil the Eagle. Now I can sit down. Oh, see what happens when you're not kind of in the rhythm of life, so to say. Talking about the rhythm of life, Eurovision is on tonight, so to the 2.5 people who are watching us this evening, welcome and thanks for tuning in. For the rest of you, please feel free to drop us a few lines in the thread. Let us know what's happening with Eurovision. Our wonderful, was it Electric Fields for Australia, who did so very well representing. So kudos to Electric Fields. I'm all about Eurovision, you can tell. So I hear there's a bit of controversy in the finals, but we won't go into countries and politics there. Talking about not going into countries and politics, our special guest tonight is waiting in the wings. I'm sure I could keep finding things to talk about, but I won't. So without further ado, let us bring them forward right now. Please put your hands together for the inevitable Ben Murphy.
Thank you.
Darling.
Hello. Gosh, 2 people giving me the clap. It's like university all over again.
Please sit down and do it gently.
Thank you so much.
Oh, I love this. Can we get a shot on Ben's T-shirt?
It's just in case people were trying to work with it, like, is he, isn't he? And like, yes, clearly is a fashionista.
A fashionista?
Yeah, so you just had COVID. It's not even trending anymore. You could have got it when it was popular and, it meant something. Now it's just like, There's no sympathy or anything, is there now?
Fashionably late, I like to call it. Fashionably late. I usually am. The older I get, the more fashionable I get.
Yeah. I like it, but good to see you back on TV and,
Oh,
and
it's good to
looking
see
nice and well.
you back on TV too.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Now, why do we know your face? You were
Crime
on
Stoppers, probably. I didn't do it.
US
I
milk
apologise.
cartons. US milk cartons. Have you seen this
Missing
man?
talent. Yeah,
no. So you are a C31 person.
Yeah, I haven't been on air on Channel 31 for about 18 months now.
Wow.
And missing it, but it's great to be back on Friday night and seeing all the wonderful other community shows that we have on board on C31.
Oh, fantastic. It's good to see your face though.
Yeah, it's changed a little bit since last time. A little bit here and a little bit there.
And you turned 40.
Yeah, and that's let's not bring that up too much.
Wow.
Yeah, you're only as old as the man you feel. So,
Wasn't it Sophie Tucker who said
he's 44.
that life begins at 40?
I don't know. It sort of feels like it's getting tough at the moment.
Wow.
It's a struggle.
Yeah, you actually get to my point and you realise gravity is not your friend anymore.
I can't even comprehend that number. It's freaking me out.
Same. So thank you for driving all the way up from Melbourne to be in the beautiful Ballarat studio.
Oh, my absolute pleasure.
It's
cool up here, though. I didn't realise, I've been to Ballarat a number of times, but I always forget how cold it is. It's such a shock to the system to get up here. It's kind of like visiting my parents, you know, the atmosphere there's kind of chilly there as well.
Yeah, is that only when you're in the room?
Yeah, only when I'm in the room. It's very, very cold.
Oh, fantastic. Ben, we have a cavalcade of things we need to do on the show tonight.
Yeah.
One of them is our very first episode, first segment. That segment is called the Lance TV Artists Corner, and tonight we visit the TBH studios and we see some of the beautiful exhibition works and chat with some of the faces of autism. See you after this.
Yes, I'm from the Ballarat Autism Network and I came up with the idea about walking among us, Everyday Faces of Autism.
Kind of got asked out of the blue, hey, would you like to cut the ribbon? And I said, yes please, but I'll need left-handed scissors.
Art show like this is quite important to be shown in the community because it gives the community the opportunity to see the multifaceted faces of autism and people with autism living their life within the Ballarat community. So I think that's really, really important to be shown.
I organised a photographer who's autistic as well to take the photos of the participants, just put it out on social media. What I wanted to portray is that we have amazing people in the community who are autistic and they can run their own business. They do a lot of stuff in the community and they're autistics.
I took like 20.
Adults are autistic too. It's not just a childhood thing, but also that autism doesn't have one look. It's called autism spectrum disorder for a reason. It's a spectrum and there's many different faces and that of autism, and this is important to showcase that.
We people on the autism spectrum are just as unique and different as everyone else. There is a saying that goes, if you've met one person on the autism spectrum, you've just met one person on the autism spectrum. I've loved music for as long as I can remember, really. I took up the clarinet in year 7 and the saxophone almost 2 decades later. I played the clarinet in 2 community bands, the Ballarat Memorial and Haddon Community Concert Bands.
Hi, my name is Corey Loda. I make stuff out of wood, animal planters, birdhouses, key hangers. I mostly do it to make a living. A lot of people seem to like it. I do some drawing, when I'm not busy. Is he doing the woodwork stuff or anything else? I think it's important to empower people and stuff like that.
So Ballarat Autism Networks started about 20 years ago. There was no place to go when you first got diagnosed or no one knew much about it. So a few mums got together and created the network. Our committee is over 60% autistic people in it, so we have a good variety. We've got that are on the committee, and we just want to work together to build awareness and support where we can, and even families, or when you're being newly diagnosed, where do we go to get diagnosed? So we just try and support everyone. And if you need information, because sometimes you don't want to ask your friends, so you can send an email to us and we can guide you or tell you where you can go to get that help and so forth. So, and what's really good is that the committee is made up such a range of different people in our community, so everyone's got a little bit of piece in the community that they can bring to us, so we know that what's going on at Pinark and what's happening with the mums groups, and we've got a world of experience there as well, so, of all of Ballarat, what's happening in the community, so it works well. I wanted to show there was more to it than just your diagnosis, and that they are these amazing people. And I keep saying amazing because they are just adorable. I'm one of them, and everyone I meet, I just love listening to their stories, and I just want to promote them.
The show's on for 2 weeks, so it gives people the opportunity to come in here, see the show, meet some of the amazing artists and people that are in the photographs.
And here we are, back on Facebook. Now, darlings, I just wanted to share this little ethical jobs thing that we've got going. So if we can get the ethical jobs slide up, please, Chloe. Just wanting to let everybody know who's watching us on Facebook that Lance TV Incorporated, who is the overarching entity for Lance TV and a few other bits and pieces, we're looking for board members. We've been incorporated since 2019. We've attained charity status, and we've just heard that we now hold DGR1 status. So that kind of means that for every $2 you give us, it's now going to be tax deductible. So we're growing. If you think that you've got some wonderful skills to sit in, if you're watching us in Perth, don't hesitate to put in an application. Currently our secretary comes in from Adelaide, so we've been functioning almost 2 years quite wonderfully. Thank you, Soph. So if you want to go and find us on Ethical Jobs, we'd really love to hear from you, particularly if you're living in a regional area. We represent regional areas as best we can through the show and through the work we do. So we are very keen, and I think it's until the 25th of April, 5 o'clock, 25th of May, sorry, that applications will close. So yeah, we'd love to hear from you. That was our plug. We've got another plug later in the, how long have we got now? 1 more minute. Oh, we'll bring the slide up again if we've got another minute. There we go. So you can see, so it expires on the 25th, there it is. So applications close 5 o'clock. Yeah, so we have built a reputation as a multi-generational, intersectional media presence. Well, and then we all woke up, but, there's more to do, and we are...
It's a great organisation you've got here too. Like, this facilities is really impressive, and you should be so proud of all the work that you and your team have done. It's great.
Oh, that's really nice, Ben. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
So people should definitely get involved and, get in contact.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you might know people in Melbourne who'd like to get involved.
Yeah. I'll share it and post it and...
Welcome back. You're watching Let's TV. I'm Lance de Boyle.
Whoa, that's scary.
And we're here with the lovely and heightened Ben Murphy.
Hello. Gosh, you just gave me a heart attack there. It was
Yeah,
like, I
yeah,
felt like
yeah,
I was on
yeah.
Tom Gleason hard quiz or something. You're like, let's
that's
get hard.
Yeah.
Gave me a startle.
He stole the shtick from me, I'm sure. he
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
So let's do it.
So you did it
There you
again.
go.
You've got to give a man a bit of warning.
Nah, I'm going to do it again.
Yeah, no,
but not
don't.
just yet.
No.
But I will do it again.
Okay, all right, I'm going to grip onto the edge of my
That's
seat
right.
for dear life.
Fantastic. Now, Ben, this isn't the first time you've been on the show. You've on the show.
Yeah, last time.
2 or 3 years ago?
Yeah, 2 years ago, and I had COVID. I did it via Zoom and was chatting to you.
Part of the trendy pack.
Yeah, we're like the COVID pals.
Yeah, you did really well. You were actually really quite sick. You were.
Yeah, I was
you were
really
quite
sick. I think I
ill.
was even munching on Nutella and stuff in my.
Not during the show, though.
You don't think so? I think I was.
No, I don't think you did.
Oh, okay.
But you were saying you'd done it when we were chatting just pre-show.
I was pretty medicated. I was in my own little world, so I'm not sure how I got through.
Yeah. No, you did well.
Oh, thank
and then at the end you went, and I'm wearing pajama pants. No.
I was like,
Which I was really happy about
there
that
you
you were
go.
wearing pants.
I'm probably going to do better back then via Zoom with COVID than I am here in the flesh tonight. The nerves are getting to me for some reason.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing because we best know you as live at St Kilda with Ben Murphy.
Yeah, it's one of those weird things. Like, I've toured the world with my stage shows and done TV and that. And I think when you're in control, I find that's my comfort zone. I get really nervous when I'm not in control, when I don't know where things are going, and I start second guessing myself. But I think that's pretty standard for a lot of entertainers. There's like this, deep insecurity if we're not controlling the narrative, which is bizarre.
Yeah, well, I mean, once you're kind of in the groove of doing what you're doing, because you are quite the consummate performer globally, that having things reversed a little bit is a bit confronting, I suppose.
Yeah, I think so. And I just think when you're in control or you know what's coming up and what to expect and where the jokes are going to come and where you fit in. But when it's someone else, you're trying to find your place and match a rhythm, I guess, which is, it's always good fun.
And live, I mean really live, not pre-recorded live. As in
like we were, I know. We were live from St Kilda, and we were that sort of far at the end of St Kilda. I don't even know if we were actually technically in St Kilda, and we filmed like a week in advance, so we weren't live. So we were none of those things.
No, but it was a great little show.
Yeah, it was
talk
brilliant.
to us a little bit about the concept.
Yeah, so the concept started during. Oh, actually, I'm just gonna pop.
Oh, look out! Look out!
That there, it's an award-winning show. We should refer to it as an award-winning show.
Ben Murphy is coming for us.
Yes, I've been coming for us.
Cheek,
us. I think you said coming for us. I've been chasing tail for a long time.
Cheek of, bringing your award in. How rude.
But yeah, no, it started being a live performer myself when COVID happened, and all my entertainment friends and that, we all lost our jobs and had no way to get out there. I wanted to create a show where entertainers that had nowhere to go could come on and have a platform. And also in Australia, we're really unfortunate that apart from talent shows, like Australia's Got Talent, there's nowhere nowadays for entertainers to go and entertain that's not a competition. And I'm not a fan of the competition format with entertainers, so I wanted sort of a bit of an old school show where people could come on and you'd have variety acts, bit of music, bit of chatting, and just a good, nice, fun night.
And you had some amazing people in the show. You had Vanessa Amorosity, who is an absolute icon here in Australia.
Phenomenal.
For absolutely everybody in the whole wide world. Stephen K. Amos.
Yes, who was just on
don't know
I'm
if
a
Stephen's
Celebrity,
got a
Get Me
song.
Out of Here. We had the cast of Neighbours to sort of farewell that their show was leaving, and then it came back, so I guess we didn't give them big enough farewell. We've had the cast of Real Housewives there.
Lance de Boyle.
Lance de Boyle was there as well. One of our more difficult guests behind the scenes, but yeah.
Really? Well, look, just an in-joke between, I was going to save this. That's for you.
Thank you so much.
So,
can we tell people what this
yeah,
is?
totally.
When Lance came to my TV show, we were on a bit earlier at 8 o'clock.
I turned up with citrus
You
fruit.
turned up with citrus fruit. I can't speak. It's my speech impediment.
It's all the emphasis on the... Yeah.
Dyslexia. And you said, "Oh, can I tell this joke on air?" Do you want to tell people what the joke
Well,
was?
I told you about the joke after the show because I didn't think it was
Yeah,
kind
it
of...
wasn't. And I've told everyone since.
All right.
It's a brilliant joke.
So I took some citrus, namely mandarins, and at the end of the show, at the end of the recording, I actually said to Ben, "Hey Ben, what's better than eating a mandarin?"
I don't know, Lance. What's better than eating a mandarin?
And what did I say to you?
Eating a mandar out.
There you go.
Yeah. And Lance is like, "Oh, could have I told that on your TV show?" And I'm like, "No, not in my time slot."
No.
But great joke, and I've dined out on it ever since.
Dined out.
Dined out on it. It's Manda, you are not for me, though.
Oh, darling.
Yeah.
So concept of live in St Kilda with Ben Murphy.
Yeah.
Understood that. But that was an absolute labour of love, wasn't it? Like that was a show out of your own pocket, wasn't it?
It was crazy. We filmed at the wonderful Alex Theatre in St Kilda on Fitzroy Street. And we had a crew of 40. We had like full LED screens and that. And yeah, it was all, the venue supported us by lending us their venue without charge. And then the remaining expenses were my pocket. So unlike some other wonderful community shows that get funding, we didn't have any funding. So yeah. So I mean, not that I'm jealous that you got funding or anything, Lance.
Anyway, go on.
Or 2 of those, and I only have 1. But, that's okay.
We actually have 3 awards, but let's
there's no need
let's
to-
not go there.
You're rubbing it in.
I'll go and get them later. I'll show them all to you.
You've already shown me twice tonight.
And my awards.
Yeah, you did.
But yeah, so you've got a crew of 40 people. You had the most amazing makeup woman with the
Sarah,
Irish accent. She have an Irish
Yeah, she did have an Irish accent. She still got it.
Yeah,
in fact,
good.
it hasn't left her. It's impressive how that thing stayed. She was phenomenal. We had everyone was wonderful, like from the camera people to teleprompters to graphic designers. We were so blessed, as are you, to have incredible people that work so hard to put on TV for you at home.
Amazing. Talking about putting TV on for you at home, we do need to go for a short break.
Sure.
Now, for those of you who are watching us on Facebook, we have some special enjoyment for you because Ben's side hustle, well, main hustle, but side hustle, is actually a magician and illusionist. So in the break, while you're all watching the ads, we will be here on Facebook doing magic tricks. We'll see you after this. Go.
Okay, we're going now. Do you like tricks with rope?
Oh, sure.
Cool, doesn't matter. We're doing a card trick.
Great.
All right, I'm going to roll up my sleeves because people always say it's up your sleeves, and I just think up yours.
Fantastic.
All right, we're going to see how can we go. Okay, we're going to make sure that you can all see. I'm just going to keep this nice and simple for you, Lance. We're just going to use a whole stack of ace of diamonds.
Got it.
All right, I'm going to put one of the aces face up, one face down, one face up, one face down. And then with these aces in my hands, this is where the magic's going to happen. So watch very carefully. I'm going to put that one there. These aces in my hand, Lance,
Yep.
are face up. This ace is face down. I'll close them up. In my hand, which way is the majority facing?
Up.
No, every single one of them is facing down. I'm just
Right.
going to put that one right there.
All right.
They're all face down, Lance.
Yes.
This one is face up. In my hand, which way is the majority facing?
Well, down.
No, Lance, every single ace is face up. A little bit glary there. I hope you can see it at home.
Magic.
They're face up. We're going to do this again.
Yeah.
Nice little shake. And
Yeah.
boop, just like that. They all flip up. And I'm going to put that right there. They're all face down, Lance. This
Yeah.
one is face up.
That's
straight on
right.
top. Give them a shake. And just like that,
Don't.
they all flip over. Now, I'm going to do this a little bit slower because you are from Ballarat.
And I'm slow, but anyway,
That's
go
all
on.
right. And just like that, they all flip over. Of course, the less cards I have in my hand, the harder it is to flip them over. Now, the real magic isn't happening in my hands, Lance. The real magic has happened right here on the table.
Yeah.
You see, these ones have red backs, but these ones here on the table They have yellow backs.
Ah,
We've got
gold.
4 there with gold, but not everyone likes gold. So if you like, we can also use a purple.
Don't.
Or we can use a green.
Don't.
Or we can use a black. Now, if you go to the casino, you know that an ace is a really good card.
Yeah, right.
But to have a particularly good
They're all
night,
aces.
you also need a king, a
Don't.
queen, a jack, and a 10 to have a particularly good night.
That is amazing.
Thank you.
That is amazing.
Oh my God, no, it's Ben. Ben's fine. God's a little bit formal, and I'm not, I'm not the God, just a God.
Fantastic. We'll see you back right after this. Any second. That was amazing.
Thank you.
Not even a dove up your sleeve or anything.
No, just a bit of BO.
Really? Fantastic. Oh, I thought you said 4 seconds. Now it's 15 seconds.
Get rid of that.
I loved that trick too, because even Cheryl was going, what? Like we're all watching. Welcome back. You're watching Let's TV.
Oh!
I'm Let's to Boyle.
You did it again.
And wasn't it a Grace Jones song? And I've done it again, done it again, done it again. Ben Murphy.
Yes, Lance de Boyle.
Fantastic. Now, in the break, for those watching on the socials, you did an amazing magic trick.
Yes, but do you know everyone has the ability to know magic? Because you look a little bit psychic.
No, you're right the first
A little bit
time.
psychic. I've got an envelope right here, Lance.
Yes.
Inside's a piece of paper. Lance, do you have any idea what is written on the piece of paper inside?
No.
It is, it's no!
Amazing!
Everyone can do magic, incredible.
Poof.
Yeah, wow, yes. Have been known to. But now you see it, now you don't.
That's right. Wow. There you go. That's Joe turning 40.
More not being able to see
There,
it
see
during
it?
COVID.
No, you don't, yeah.
Yeah, and my feet.
Sure. With magic though, that's something that's been with you since childhood?
Yeah, I started doing magic quite young. I was quite a sickly kid and spent a lot of time in hospital. And yeah, like the nurses, the clown doctors and that used to sort of do magic. And then I got obsessed with it and it became sort of, I'd entertain and perform for the nurses. And I would refuse to get my injections and things unless they'd watch a magic trick first. So got a captive audience.
Perform for
Yes.
me! Perform for me!
Sick little kid in bed going, no, don't give me an injection until you watch this trick.
Yeah, wow.
And nothing's changed.
Amazing.
No.
So from that, and I guess this is that whole thing about when you're young, those influences on you when you're young tend to carry you across your lifespan. Those magic tricks that happened for you when you were a poorly ill child in hospital had you travelling across, like later in years, across China. You did a 5-episode special in Mongolia.
Yeah, I've been very fortunate. Like, I remember a lot of people telling me, when are you going to start? Because I started, doing kids' birthday parties and stuff when I was young, and people were like, you've got to start getting a real job or something. And I always believed in myself and backed myself. And yeah, my magic tricks have ended up seeing me. I had 5 TV specials in Mongolia. I did 330 shows in the US.
In the USA?
Yeah.
How did you score that?
A guy called Paul Osborne, who's sadly no longer with us, was sort of like the godfather of magic. He produced for David Copperfield, lots of stuff, and he was putting on this show. And he asked me if I'd like to be the magician for it. And in the show, they had me escaping from the water tank, which I've now performed.
Like Houdini?
Yeah. And my water tank used to belong to Chris Angel, which was really cool, who's a really successful magician.
Yeah, it's sort of like that real sort of gothic edge to him. Yeah.
So it was amazing. And then before COVID, I spent 4 or 5 years touring China. I got a bit bored doing the normal magic show, so I wanted to learn Mandarin and perform for a different audience.
Go on, give us your introduction. Do your introduction.
No, because people are okay. Ni men hao, water English, Ben Murphy, Adalia.
What does that basically translate to?
Hello, good evening. My name is Ben Murphy and I'm from Australia.
Oh, what is Australia in Mandarin?
Adalia.
Adalia?
Adalia. Oh, God, it's been about 4 years since I performed there, so my dialect is probably
okay.
off. People at home they're are much better speakers than me are probably going, nah, that's not even close.
And Mandarin's the mainland language?
Yes, yeah.
And
I think
Cantonese is the...
Hong Kong.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so it was wonderful. There are a very excitable audience in the Chinese culture that really loves and appreciates magic. And so the energy there was great. And of course, all my merchandise is made in China, and it cost me about 20 cents. And then I'd sell it back for about $10.
Everybody's merchandise is made in China. Everything's made in China. It's the factory of the world.
But then I could sell it back for about $10. So
right.
Make a profit. It was
good odds.
Yeah.
Bypass AliExpress.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah,
so how long were you in China for?
About 4 or 5 years, back and forth doing tours there because I do a big illusion show where I have a girl that climbs through my stomach and escape from water tanks, cut people in half and float in the air and all of that rubbish.
So it was. I mean, it was more than just kind of like a card appears, card disappears. Like you're talking big scale,
big stuff. We're
serious...
talking a massive crew. Hundreds and hundreds of lights, LED screens, trapdoors going in and out of the floor, and tons and tons of equipment, and
literally tons.
Yeah, literally tons.
And you only just recently got all your stuff back too, didn't you? Was it late last year or early this year?
Yeah, late the year before. Yeah,
right.
2022.
Oh, okay. So you had it for a little while.
Yeah. It took a while. I was stuck overseas, and it was quite a challenge to get back.
So that's all in storage?
It's all back in storage.
Including the magic girl as well? Or is she
folded up in one of the boxes?
Yeah,
I think.
Right. Yeah. That'd be weird. How amazing!
I normally use my half sister.
But that's kind of big scale stuff. That's really kind of important
and
magic.
Then I got back
right?
and I had a client going, "Oh, can you come and sort of perform at my birthday party for their child's birthday party?" I'm like, "I'm not really a birthday party magician," and they're like, "Oh, we want you to do the water tank escape, and we've got a big lounge room." I'm like, "The water tank's not going to fit in the lounge room, and you're talking about a 7-foot tall tank." Filled with, a couple of 100 litres of water, that's just going to go straight, And they had a budget of like $500 or something. It's just like, no. It's a little bit bigger than that.
Wow. Well, if you don't ask, you don't know.
Well, that's true, but
but you've also got a story too about, was it a Sultan of Malaysia or?
Oh, yeah. So I got invited to perform for Rolex in Kuala Lumpur. And the Sultan was there, and a few other royals. But they'd also booked a burlesque act. And of course, Malaysia's a very conservative country.
Yeah.
And so throughout the day, they went through, the burlesque dancers, you're no longer allowed to do the burlesque, you're just going to dance. And then they changed their costumes, and they ended up pretty much going just in their sort of civvies. But the Sultan was a little, if the royal family's not into it and they look away, the rest of the audience looked away too, because so it was ended up being a bit disrespectful to have the burlesque performers there. So he turned away, and then the entire audience all turned away and didn't look as well. So they flew these 8 really talented burlesque performers to Kuala Lumpur who performed to this.
Wow, clearly, the Sultan didn't get the memo on what burlesque was.
No, but I think I got a really big honour because during my act, the Sultan did this. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that I was told afterwards that walking off is a big compliment.
Right.
No,
maybe you should have done the burlesque.
Yeah, I should have done the burlesque. Yeah, get the girls out.
Yeah, that's right. Shimmy, baby, shimmy. But how wonderful!
It was an incredible experience.
And Rolex.
Yeah. And Rolex, yeah.
Did you get a Rolex?
No.
You could have just got here's and gone, let me do the trick where I go smash, and he
just
see, I've got to go now.
I should have got one of the Rolexes that are available on the street in Kuala Lumpur and did a little switcheroo.
That would have been great. Totally
security was tight at that event.
Wow, amazing though. But amazing, an amazing journey from a sick kid in hospital little kid.
Yeah, it's been incredible, and it's one of those things like people always say, "Oh, magic's not cool" or whatever. But the moment you pull out a trick and that, everyone goes back to that childhood and remembering, and everyone remembers their first magic trick. Everyone's like, "Oh," and it's an incredible thing to give you a bit of joy and just take you back to a more innocent time when things were just magical.
Yeah, and I mean, that's a really nice segue too into, we were talking before the show about that the entertainment world, it's starting to become really quite dangerous. I mean, you yourself were quite publicly attacked.
Yeah, I got
while doing your job.
Assaulted in the middle of a magic show, which ended up with me having a back operation, which I had about 2 months ago, and haven't really been able to work properly for the last year, recovering from the injuries from the assault. And yeah, there's been a lot of that stuff. Will Smith got slapped at the Oscars. Dave Chappelle.
No, Will Smith did the slapping.
Oh yeah, sorry. Will Smith did the slapping. Dave Chappelle got tackled. Harry Styles got things thrown at him. There just seems to be more and more. And whether you like an entertainer or not is irrelevant. People are crossing that line where violence is never acceptable.
No, that's right.
No matter, and there's this line that shouldn't be crossed, and if your performer is on stage, unless the performer invites you into their workspace, and I don't know what's happening, but people just think it's okay now to attack people, and it's kind of scary, you go out there and you're doing something that's meant to bring people joy, and the last thing on your mind as an entertainer is, I'm in a potentially dangerous place. So hopefully things start to change.
Well, I hope they do too. I mean, it's been quite a journey for you to actually really get back on your feet and to feel better.
Well, it took, as a queer kid, growing up in Queensland and quite a sickly kid, magic was my safe space. And to have that so publicly and violently taken away from me, that was the one space that I could go on stage and no one could ever hurt me. I was in control, and to have someone take that away was, quite a traumatic thing that I'm sort of still working through.
And you probably will for a while.
Yeah, I imagine so.
We need to go for a short break.
Yeah.
When we come back, we're going to have more of the lovely Ben Murphy, and we'll see what his future brings for him. But right now, we're going to go for a break, and we'll see you right after this.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Camera. We are on Facebook. You're going to do another trick.
Oh, am I doing another one?
You're doing another one, aren't you?
Oh, I didn't know we were doing it now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, no, that's fine.
It's over there. No, you need there, don't you?
This is all good. I didn't realise we were doing the trick now.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is, excuse me, mate. It's hard to find a good popper these days. I'm going to get you to hold this. All right. Do you like tricks with rope?
Sure.
Cool, we're doing another card trick. You haven't caught on from the last time. So what I'm going to get you to do is I need you, Lance, just to take
thank you, darling.
Card. Any card you like.
Okay.
Just take a card out.
Yep.
All right, not that one. No, that's fine. Lance, I want you to look at the card. Remember it. Show the camera. Don't let me see.
Yeah, got it.
You've done it.
Show the camera.
Show the camera. All right, hand the card back to me, Lance. All right, I want you to concentrate. Is it the 6 of clubs?
That's amazing.
It is. No, I need you to pop your signature right there for me. And now your PIN number. No, all right. So there's Lance, the 6 of clubs with their signature. So what we're going to do, Lance, is we're going to get your card. We're going to fold it once. We're going to fold it twice. You're going to pop it between your teeth, like this.
Okay, got it.
All right, and
sarsaparilla.
Actually, I'm going to take this. I'm going to take this top card here, the 8 of spades. All right. So pop that between your teeth there, and I'm just going to sign this.
Yep.
There we go. And there's my card, the 8 of spades signed. And I'm going to do the exact same thing as you.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to pop this between my teeth. Now, we're going to go back to my high school days, and we're going to touch tips.
Oh,
okay,
what?
Just the cards are going to touch. We're not actually going to touch.
Okay.
We're not going to kiss. We're not going to do that. Just the tips of the cards. So you got your card in your mouth.
Yeah.
I got my card in my mouth. We're going to touch tips, okay? Do you feel that?
Yeah.
Okay, check this out. Don't touch just yet, but fold it up and signed in my mouth.
Don't.
Is your card.
Don't.
6 of clubs. And have a look.
Get out. That's madness. It's magic.
Magic. They switched.
That's amazing. Oh yeah, this one's mint flavour.
Yeah, that was a little bit cool.
That's amazing. It was amazing. Thank you, Ben.
My absolute pleasure. Thank you.
Welcome back. You're watching Let's TV. I am Let's to Boyle, and we are here with the lovely Ben Murphy.
So you could say my name, the guest, so soft that the people can't home, but yet your name, which is placarded here, you yell out. Well, I can't have that much enthusiasm for my name, the guest that's driven all the way from Melbourne to be here.
Well, at least I'm getting your name right.
Yeah.
There was a bit of interesting goings on with the crew and Ben, and one of the crew in particular is Brad, Brent, Brett, Bruce, Bob.
Hey, actually, speaking of the drive from, have you been to that new zoo that's maybe halfway between here and Melbourne, like towards
My place?
No, like Bacchus Marsh way?
No.
Yeah, I stopped on the way here. I stopped by the zoo. I think it's Bacchus Marsh. There wasn't much there. There was just one dog. It was a Shih Tzu.
Ting!
And that's why I'm a globally acclaimed illusionist.
Yeah, right.
and not a comedian.
Even the crew in the bio box were like, ah! No. Yep.
Yep, right. Dad jokes.
The future for you is looking quite amazing. You are about
I hope so.
looking quite amazing for you. You're looking at filming a whole new television show.
Yeah.
The Ben Murphy Show.
The Ben Murphy Show. We thought take a leaf out of your name and just use the name as the title of the show.
Fantastic.
And do it.
Copyright just like that.
Yeah.
Here's my birth certificate.
Yeah. So we're hoping to start filming August. It's going to be on Amazon UK and US on Prime.
It's going to be on everywhere.
Exciting.
It's going to be on Roku, Amazon Prime, Channel 31, Channel 44 Adelaide, Face TV New Zealand, and Aurora Foxtel.
Yeah. So we're really
You're not mucking around,
really
are you?
pimping it out there. Yeah, we want to expand the audience as much as possible, and sort of increase our guests and the quality of the show, and hopefully, this is as I imagine you do, getting the opportunity to come and make TV is such a joyous and wonderful thing, and it's something that I didn't start till later in life. 38 was my first series, and it just feels like that's what I was meant to do my entire life, and it's all I want to do is make great TV and give other entertainers a chance, because we just don't have it, an opportunity to come and showcase their talents. I love other entertainers, I love music, and there's just nowhere in Australia for things to get out. We don't really have a music industry like we used to, and variety TV, and I really want to bring that back.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the live from St Kilda Ben Murphy Mark II.
Yeah, so very similar sort of format, just tidied up a little bit.
You're talking more internationally as well.
Yeah. So and because it won't be especially places like Amazon and that where people can catch up and watch down the track, it won't be as current and topical as the previous iterations. Like we'd have an opening monologue and all that sort of stuff because it went out each week. So that will be changing as we're removing the game show part. So it'll be longer conversations with our guests and showcasing more amazing talents. So can't wait. Watch this space. 9 o'clock Friday nights. Finally.
Thanks for the ad. Thanks for the ad. How rude.
No, that's our new slot. Did they not tell you?
You come in, you slap your award on there, and now you just spraying the trees, marking your territory.
No, you should be so proud with all your getting your license and the charity quality, and that is fantastic. You and your team have been working so hard behind the scenes, and what you guys have done is phenomenal. You should be so proud of yourself, Lance.
That's very kind, darling.
No, truly.
Money. I'll leave the money on the fridge.
No, but I think everyone at Channel 31 is envious. Isn't the word, but people are so in admiration of what you and your community here in Ballarat have done. And a lot of people talk about making community TV, myself included, but my show was on community station, but let's be honest, it wasn't community focused. You are exactly what you say on the tin. You're so for your community. You do so much off camera for your community as well. And I think regional Australia really needs it. So bravo to you and your team. You guys are fantastic.
Look at you making friends. Comes to town, slags us off, and then makes friends.
No, I generally think it's something to admire, you know, like it's not easy to put on a show and to do it for as many episodes have you done and to get, you know, people to see it as a charity and see its benefit. It means it's not just you and your team that see the value in it. You know, people out there see what the show is worth and what joy it brings to people. And I think that's amazing. You know, you're making a difference. And most people aren't these days. You know, they talk about doing stuff, but no one really puts that time and effort to get out there and get it done. And you're doing that. So it's great.
Thank you. I really appreciate. You're very.
Can you help me get some community sponsorship, please?
Well, I can. Let's get you going as a non-for-profit organisation. But your words are very kind, Ben, and I do really appreciate it because I know you don't sort of throw words nilly-willy. So I really appreciate what you've just said.
No, well, as a you know a kid who grew up in a regional Queensland, and what I would have done for a show like this growing up, and you know, to have it accessible and to have all sorts of guests and that, it really is making a difference. So yeah.
Oh, just because you're you, we've come to the end of the interview.
Oh, okay.
And I want to give you some things.
Oh!
And none of them involve you needing to go and buy cream.
I was going to say, because I just got over one of the things someone gave me, and I need another one.
So, from us to you, you get a little tiny Pride, a little shopping bag. Woo!
I've also got a little tiny Pride, but that's not the place to talk about it.
No. And this photograph of me that says, I was on Let's TV.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Cheryl
Thank you so
took
much.
that photo.
This is
There.
I mean, I've got no words.
No, I get a lot of that.
Yeah,
actually. and here's 3 more mandarins.
I have 3 more mandarins. That's you shouldn't have.
Nah.
Honestly,
the mandarins would have been enough.
You shouldn't have. No, that's really great. Thank you so much. That's fantastic.
There you go. From me to you, thank you so much.
No, thank you for having me.
Thanks for being had. Without further ado, we will go to another ad break. And when we come back, we'll wrap it up. For those of you who have tuned in to watch Bent TV, you're about 10 minutes away, so don't go away. And we'll see you right after this. We hope you enjoyed our interview with the lovely Ben Murphy. If you'd like to stay in touch with Ben, you can find him on Instagram at @thebenmurphy_. Lance TV will be back right after this series. Very short messages. Well, that's been pretty good. How have you enjoyed the show?
I'm loving it. It's
You've settled into it now?
A little bit, yeah. It's just easier to. It's a fine line talking about yourself too. Like I've always like getting interviewed is such an awkward thing because how do you talk about yourself without sounding like a wanker?
Well, and that is the fine line.
Yeah,
isn't it?
you know, and you know, as proud and happy I am with what I've achieved, I don't know how to express that without, just looking like a tosser.
I think it's that thing where it's all right when we say that we've stuffed something up. We'll tell everybody from the checkout chick to you know, our grandparents, but to say that we actually do well in something is really kind of a tall poppy sort of thing.
It's this weird thing, and there is like, people don't like it either. People don't like you talking. Like, people are much happier to talk about themselves than listen to someone talk about themselves. I think it's easier to be the interviewer rather than the interviewee.
Yeah. I tell you too, I just want to talk about this while we're on Facebook. Chloe, can you please bring up the other side? That's the one.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, so the Festival of Australian Queer Theatre, which is one of our initiatives, we are going with a community training grant program for people in Ballarat. We are offering grants for security guard, scissor lift or working at heights, and first aid certificates. So keep an eye on the socials. We will be releasing some information and a form that people can give us an expression of interest
Scissor
on.
lift, is that the new Uber for lesbians?
No, it's the.
Oh, no.
It's a working at height. It's a yellow card. So for people who are looking to change their job or they don't have money for training, we will pay for training. with the bonus, and if you look at the jobs, working at heights, first aid certificate and security guard, it's to do with getting people upskilled to work in. It's the lovely Linda Franklin's studio on the 15th of May at the Ballarat Library. Sewing squares for yard bombing. If you'd like to sew some squares together for Pride Month, get along to the Ballarat Library. Ida Hobbit Day is coming up this Friday, the 17th of May, and in Ballarat we'll be celebrating that at the Ballarat Library from 4 o'clock. The 18th of May, Ballarat East Heritage Garden Party, and that's at 25 to 29 Barclay Street, Ballarat East. TBH Studios on the 18th of May has Ballarat Queer Stories. It's an art show opening night, and that's from 6 till a little bit later. The 24th of May is the 2024 Pin-Up Meet and Greet at the Crypt in Ballarat, and the Crypt is at 14 Camp Street, Ballarat. The 1st of June is the Ballarat Pride Month launch morning tea, and that'll be at the Mechanics Institute. That's Saturday from 10 till 11, it says. Also celebrating on the 1st of June is White Night in Ballarat. Watch Ballarat come alive at night with all these beautiful artworks, installations, all lit. The 4th of June, an evening with Dr. Jane Goodall at the Palais Theatre in Melbourne. Who wouldn't want to be in the audience to hear Dr. Jane Goodall speak? Castlemaine Pride has a roving LGBTIQA+ trivia night that's coming to Ballarat as part of the Ballarat Pride Month. Winterfest is on the Friday the 2nd of August at the Trentham Traders Light Up the Night. And of course on the 10th of October, Oz Kink Fest. There are festival tickets up for grabs now across many locations across Melbourne. So get yourself along to that. Oh, there you go. Kink Fest. Who
Yeah, do you know
knew?
what the difference between kink and erotic is?
Go on.
Erotic uses a feather and kink uses the whole chook.
That is the one.
It's
That
crazy.
is a wonderful swap joke. What are you doing?
Oh, this is it's just a balloon. Because I was watching you play your phone, and I think it's a little bit rude when people have their phones on set. So there it is, sealed for your protection, and now you can practice safe text.
Oh,
Which is really important. And talk about kinky. Actually, the only way to. Oh! Congratulations! It's a boy.
that was. I'll tell you what. That is something that I have actually never seen before.
Did you know if you delete all your German friends from your phone, it'll be hands-free?
Don't. No. It's hard to get good help, I tell you.
Did I lose whatever you...
Yeah, that's all right.
yeah.
It can stay lost. You have been on a bit of a journey in life. In
Yeah.
amongst everything else, you've been on a bit of a personal journey as well. You want to talk to us about that?
Yeah, well, today I am celebrating 4.5 years sober. Thank you.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
What was the turning point for you?
I don't think, every alcoholic says that they don't think their problem was huge. And I probably believe I don't think I had a massive drinking problem, and I probably didn't need to, properly quit. But, as an entertainer, I was traveling lots and, airport lounges and things, and drinking was very accessible. And I don't do anything in halves, which you would have seen with my TV show.
Absolutely.
And all that. And I was
Boots
no
and
different
all you
with
are.
drinks. So when I did drink, I would, I'd drink, and then I'd have to, wake up the next morning and get on Facebook and go, I think my account was hacked last night. So whoever wrote that wasn't me. I don't know what's happening. And so I gave myself a challenge to stop drinking for a month. And I felt really good. And then I thought, okay, I'll go another month. And that was 4.5 years ago, and just didn't go back to it. And I've had a lot of challenges in the last couple of years. Obviously my assault, my my mother had a stroke, my father diagnosed with cancer, I had a car crash. There were lots of different things. And, it was interesting to navigate those sort of challenges where I'd normally turn and, have a drink. And it was really wonderful to just sort of sit back and put on a face mask and have a chamomile tea instead.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And look, I haven't had a drink for about 18 months now. Yeah.
Bravo to you as well. That's fantastic.
And I don't miss it.
Yeah.
I don't miss it. In fact, I actually feel clearer and stronger and more focused, and I can get stuff done, and I don't have to worry about, I got hacked.
Yeah, or like, what did I say last night? And I think your worst day sober is 100 times better than your best day drunk. Like, yeah, it's so weird. I don't know why, especially as you get older, why do you wake up with a headache, and why is it so socially acceptable, to go out there and make a complete dick of yourself?
Well, that's right. And alcohol.
And it's encouraged,
Alcohol is the only drug that if you're not taking it, people go, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? But if it was heroin, no one's going to, you're not using heroin,
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
And alcohol destroys more lives than anything else.
It kills
changing.
more people.
Bars are introducing so many more mocktails. I've got a lot of nephews that are all, late teens, early 18s, sort of that drinking area, whereas when we were younger, we would have been drinking. And they're just not really doing it anymore. So it looks like the shift's changing, and that society pressure to get shit-faced for young people isn't there as much as it was for us. So I think that's a really healthy step forward. And I think, young men and women and queer people are more encouraged to talk about their feelings earlier before, some of these problems set in as well, which is just great to see.
Yeah, well, I mean, the whole thing with drinking too is that kind of trying to self-medicate to sort of quell whatever's happening, whatever anxiety you've lived with your whole life, or, whatever. But then when you kind of meet that head on, it's kind of like, and I don't need that anymore.
Yeah, well, it doesn't fix a problem. It just shelves it and, borrows happiness from tomorrow.
Numbs it and makes you sick the next day. Yeah,
so
it's crazy.
It's great.
But, we used it to celebrate. You were mentioning earlier your 40th birthday, and you went and celebrated that. Talk to us about that celebration.
Oh my God, yeah, we went to the Wickham up in Queensland, which is where I used to go when I was
down the valley.
16, 17. And so for my 40th, my family, my mum, dad, school friends, we all went to the Wickham for reminiscence. And all my friends were telling my partner that Ben used to have a really good game. He used to pick up here all the time. And my partner's going, go pick up the bartender. Show us how you did it. I rocked over there to the bartender, put on my smoothest, cute guy. I'm like, hey, how are you? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I used to come here, and trying to, pick him up. And I said, I used to come here about 20 years ago. And he just looks me dead in the eye. He goes, I wasn't born yet. And then he said, thanks, Daddy, when I paid him for the drink. He's like, thanks, Daddy. I'm like, whoa.
Oh, look out.
Yeah. I guess the grey hairs and that. It was quite humbling.
Sobering,
Yeah, it was very sobering. Yeah, if any night I was going to drink, it was going to be that night, I tell you.
Yeah.
Woo.
Wow. And the cheek.
The cheek. Yeah, two of them. Perfect. No.
Hello to Ben's partner.
Yes. Well, he's the one who dared me to go and pick up a guy.
Just the one?
Just the one.
Oh, look at you. So, great night. So, what did you do at the Wickham? You had a meal?
So we had a meal beforehand. There was some drag shows and just
Who was on? Who does drag up there?
I don't really know the names. There was because they've got this outside beer garden type area now. It was wonderful. They had 3 drag artists performing and a catwalk, and it was just a really good place to sort of sit and chat and catch up with everyone and have a bit of a boogie. It was fantastic. Yeah.
Amazing. And how long were you back up there for your birthday?
This trip was only 3 days. My partner sort of surprised me. We went to Perth and then flew there. But I go up a lot. My mum and dad and my brother, and that's still there. So my best friends and things. So up home a lot.
Amazing. Ben Murphy, you have been a wonderful joy to the Lance TV set. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, and congratulations again to all of your wonderful work. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you, darling. And congratulations on the award too for your show.
Thank you.
You've worked very hard for it. We will see you again next week. Thanks for dropping by and putting up with us. Until next week, just remember, whatever you do, be kind. See you then.
Thanks for watching Lance TV. We'll be back same time next week. Lance TV is made possible through funding from the Community Broadcasting Foundation. I'm voiceover guy Randall Smith. See you next time.